Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. This training is going to be on how to prevent a negative inventory balance. But sometimes if you don't allow that feature, QuickBooks will will allow you to sell out of stock and still sell, which is a very bad habit. So what will be best is you make sure from the very beginning you disallow that. And if it happened that you later found out that there is a negative inventory, you have to zero it. You have to find a way to zero it so that the rules will apply. So let's go to edit here. I'm going to edit under preferences. Okay, I'll go to item and inventory, click on company. Then this is don't allow negative quantity. So let me go with when the quantity I want to sell exceeds quantity available. They should warn me. They should warn me when the quantity I want to sell exceed quantity available. Okay, let me go with that first, so that we'll see the implication of not doing this at the first time, or we'll see the essence of zeroing that negative quantity to be able to allow QuickBooks to enforce the disallow negative inventory. Okay, on hand. Okay, let me go to customer. Not that, sorry. Invoice. I want to create invoice. So I'm going to go ahead and select. Before we go, let's check our reports to see what we have. We can also see that on item list. Okay, this is a ceiling fan, and we have zero. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a transaction now. So I'm going to create a transaction for ABC company. Then I will select ceiling fan. Now see that it's telling me I don't have any on hand, and it's also warning me again to avoid negative quantity. I still say no, don't worry, go ahead. So when I have this, I have 5 for instance, then I say that 5, it will go, the transaction will pull through, save and close. It's only warning me, but it's not preventing me. That is it. So now let's say I decided that I want to go back to that preference. I say, I have a negative balance. How do I know? Even from this list, this item list, you see over here that we have -5 as total of ceiling fan. And if you want to go to your report, under reports, you go to inventory, then inventory stock status by item. You also see that we have -5 reading there. Okay, let's say I find out we have a negative. I say, okay, I don't want this to happen. And I go ahead to preferences. Then I edit that and say, okay, to don't allow negative. Remember, I told you we have to clear off this minus. As far as it's still showing -5, it will still allow. Now don't allow negative. I click on OK. Now I'm setting it to not allow negative. Okay, let me go back to customer again. Customer center. Customer, then create invoice. Okay. Now if you are creating invoice, you see now that I'm going to select that same item. So I'm going to select ceiling fan, and let's say I use 2. Now you see it will still allow me to sell. Why? Even when the order is there, it will still allow me to sell because it's still on negative. Now what if we were to clear that by chance? Let's say I just go back to the report, my inventory report, inventory stock status. So okay, then I double click on that. Okay, once I do that, I also double click on the individual invoices. So, okay, then in this case now I delete, let's just say I'm deleting this just for the sake of understanding. So I want to delete those transactions now to go back to 0. Okay, now I have, mind you, this is not, I'm not advising you to delete like this. I'm just trying to, for this explanation purposes, or else you're gonna have a wrong book of accounts. Okay, so now, except if the transaction did not hold at all. If it actually had, there are proper ways to go about that. So don't just delete invoices. Okay, let's now go to list and check if we have a 0. If it's 0, we can go ahead. You see now, okay, now it's 0. So let's go and create an invoice. Now create an invoice, then select that ceiling fan. You see that it will not allow us to go ahead. Ceiling fan. Now you see the reports, negative on hand detected. So you can't even select it at all. At all. If you want to be able to select it and go ahead, you have to go to edit, the preferences, and make your edit there and allow. Or else you can't do anything. You can't select that item as far as it is negative. It will result to negative. Okay, so this is how you can, I believe now you can disallow and allow negative inventory in QuickBooks accounting software. Okay, see you guys in my next training class. Have a wonderful day. Bye.